Hello and welcome to Exceed Your Expectations. I'm Udayraj Singh, your host for the today's session. The topic for the today's session is career options in the psychology field. And the guest speaker for our today's session is Mr. Sugam Bharti. Mr. Sugam Bharti is a very talented person and he's having his multiple masters. He has done his masters in philosophy from JNU, that is Jawaharlal Nehru University, and after that he had done his masters in applied psychology from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. And post that he had also done his MS in cognitive neuroscience and neuropsychology from University of Essex, which is in UK. So I would like to welcome him on the behalf of Exceed Your Expectations team and all the participants. So welcome sir, and now I would like to open the stage for you. So the stage is yours.
I think introduction थोड़ा ज़्यादा heavy हो जाता है. Let's begin on a lighter note. I am a student just like you. I'm still curious. I'm still finding ways to learn more. And psychology is one of the subjects कि आपको लगता है कि you can always learn more because there's always something new about humans and their behaviors and how we interact with each other. And let's begin with what we're supposed to do. We have to discuss what is psychology, what are career options in psychology, and most important of all, how do you know that you like psychology or you can pursue a career in psychology? This is a fairly new subject in terms of other subjects. Psychology is not more than, earlier it was known as moral philosophy, but now we'll call it psychology, and it has evolved further into several other aspects of our behavior and accordingly was named after them. So let's begin. Abhi, this is the first question जो हमें हमारे दिमाग में चलता है, that is, what is psychology? What is all about? Or for that matter, what are the other subjects known for? What is the reason behind this name? In most basic definition, psychology is we try to understand how our brain works. कहने का मतलब है कि हम क्या सोच रहे हैं, ये पता करना is the job for the field of psychology. So psychology is the study of process, motives, actions, behaviors that we do, sometimes knowingly or sometimes just subconsciously, which we are not aware of. कभी कभी हम जो काम करते हैं, that is we know that we are doing something, and sometimes we are doing it unconsciously, that is we are not aware that we are doing this. Sometimes people grind their teeth while they're sleeping. They don't know, but they're doing it. So that is unconsciously doing it. Sometimes they just do it out of anger, that is visible. You can see that on their faces, that is a presenter that is very out there. So psychology is the study of human mind and behavior and how it connects to each other and influences each other. We will explore this further during the next part of the slide so that you have an idea of what it includes, what it incorporates. Yeah. How do you know if you're interested? So I think this is a very genuine question for a person to explore in every subject, in every field. I wanted to study psychology and there was a reason why. And you should also ask this question with yourself, that do you know that you're interested in something like this, like subject, psychology, philosophy, public administration, politics. You have to know that you are interested, and there's only one way of knowing that is you have to ask yourself the question and you have to answer it in a way that includes your option of choice and its possible future repercussions. So in this case, how I got to know that I was interested in psychology, I didn't know until the year 2009. One of my uncles who was fairly educated, he suggested that I should study philosophy and psychology because I wanted to study and prepare for civil services. I was introduced to psychology, then I knew that this is something that I could be interested in. I studied both philosophy and psychology, and then I pursued my master's in philosophy and then in psychology, so that I have a new kind of understanding of how theories work and how our mind works and how it correlates to each other. So I got this answer by studying psychology in the graduation first year. The first class that I had, it introduced me to a whole new idea of what is out there, what is human beings are like, what actually makes us human, how we are all same and we have common goals and achievements that we do all the time. It gives us a common standpoint to understand that we behave in a certain way because we have thought of something in a different way. I'm like this because I have a backstory, I have issues, I have had problems, I have struggled. It all had make sense, and now I am what I am because I struggled in the past. And psychology has helped me in understanding what I go through, what I went through, and what I will be going through in my life in terms of behavior, habits, relationships, people, society in general. And if you're supposed to ask this question, you have to answer it in terms of why do you like it, what makes you like it, and is there any option, or do you want it as a job or as a career? Because there's a difference between a job and a career. And let me ask you this. How many of you know what is the difference between a job and a career? Can you just type it in the messaging, and so that I know that you know the difference between a job and a career? I'll wait. Please write it down in the message section. Anjali has a very accurate definition of what is job, what is a career. I got a response. Job is a requirement for earning money. Some people have a very fair idea of what job and career is, but job is just a part of a career. Career is a lifelong process of learning, improving, and then learning again. So people in the field of psychology, philosophy, it's an evolving process. You can't just stop after you got a job. Career it's like a downhill road. You're going down into your subject so that you know more and more and more. I have to tell you how I got into psychology. I told you before. My uncle introduced me to this subject. I went to college, I went to university, I studied. I liked this so much that I chose it as one of the main subjects in the third year degree course. And then I dropped it for a year because I wanted to move away from the house, go to JNU, have a new life. And there was no psychology option in JNU, so I chose philosophy. And as soon as I realized that, I would like to study more about what I want to pursue a career in. So I chose to study counseling psychology in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. And I have been promoting and making people aware of what psychology is throughout the last 4.5 years. This may be sort of slight idea of what I wanted to do in my life, and I struggled. You may also have to struggle, but that's not an issue. That's a part of life. That's how you progress in life. So let's move on to the next slide. This is the most basic academic qualification that you can achieve in India. There are two most popular degrees: BA, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and BA, Bachelor of Sciences in Psychology. But due to our educational standards, the most common one is Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, because it is available, if not in every university, but in most of the universities, it is available in India. Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Bachelor of Science in Psychology is a rare phenomenon in India. We don't have much universities which can offer these kind of courses. And for postgraduate courses, there are only few academic institutions which offer postgraduate degree in psychology, like Tata Institute of Social Sciences, IIT Gandhinagar. It provides a cognitive psychology course for master's courses. Christ University provides some courses. DU provides some courses in masters, but it is mainly for women. All the courses that they have are mainly offered by women's colleges and not men's. So you might, if you are a man, you want to study psychology, you might have to struggle a bit more to get admission into a good college or university. Regular as it is, it's for just like every other course. MPhil and PhD are 2 years and 3 to 5 years respectively across all the colleges which provides psychology for MPhil and PhD. There are some institutions in Delhi which provide MPhil and PhD in psychology. One is called IBHAS in Delhi and one is called NIMHANS in Bangalore. They provide MPhil and PhD in psychology. Mostly clinical psychology, not in counseling psychology. So this is what you will be studying if you choose to study psychology and make it as a part of a career. So the most common branches of psychology include abnormal psychology, cognitive psychology, neuropsychology, and sports psychology. Abnormal psychology is the one that deals with all the mental health disorders. Every problem that we have heard of, which includes some illness of brain, is studied under abnormal psychology. What do we consider as abnormal? This is the question that we are trying to answer in this part of psychology. There are human behaviors which are common, which we all do, irrespective of our age, gender, sexual orientation, or for that matter, anything. We have some common traits and attributes which we share knowingly or unknowingly with everyone in this whole world. So when you are studying abnormal psychology, you will learn about what mental health disorders are, what are their symptoms, what are their treatments, if there are, and what are the therapy requirements for a certain kind of mental health disorder. For example, if I tell you what are symptoms of mood disorder, the mood disorder symptoms include giddiness, anxiety, fidgeting. I'm telling you these symptoms. Some of you will feel that you have those symptoms more or less in variation in degrees, but you will have most of the symptoms that we present in abnormal psychology because those are not on abnormal levels. So we can say that we don't have any mental health disorder, but we are prone to mental health disorders because we have some genetic component to it. So under abnormal psychology, you will study all about all the disorders, treatments, therapy, medication. You will not be allowed to prescribe medications though, but you will be about to administer them so that you can take care of the patients that you will be working with. Cognitive psychology and neuropsychology are very close branches of psychology which study the relationship between brain and behavior and among the parts of the brain. So for example, your thinking and thinking processes are studied under cognitive psychology, and under neuropsychology you will study which part of brain is involved in which kind of bodily function. For example, your eyes and ears are controlled by left part of the hemisphere, whereas your body movements are controlled by the right part of the hemisphere. So let's move on to the sports section. Sports psychology, as the name suggests, it involves what sports personnel need to improve their performance in the game, in the sport that they are playing. It includes all the kind of motivation, behavior, habits that sports personnel needs to transform, modify in order to improve their potential, their athleticism, their motivation to further improve their sports and their abilities. This is the crux of all the careers in psychology. In India, what are the most common known branches of psychology? That is counseling psychology. That is what I am doing as a part of counseling. Counseling psychology also includes career, family, children, all sorts of psychology. Clinical psychology has to do with all the assessments and diagnosis for a mental health disorder. A clinical psychologist also can do counseling, but he or she will have to be trained first. But a counseling psychologist will not be able to assess and diagnose any patient or any individual who has a mental health disorder. He will not be able to write it down on a paper and give it to the patient that you have some kind of a disorder. That's not there in their job profile. Industrial and organizational psychology includes working with organizations where they need people to, improve their working conditions, manage their behavior, and improve their overall organization. That includes the role of an industrial or organizational psychologist. And the most commonly known psychology of all is social psychology, which includes every kind of study and research on how humans interact with each other, behave with each other, and how societies improve or not improve, how they modify certain aspects of processes and thinking and some things. And there are some branches of psychology which we have not known in India as yet because they are not very popular. They may have very big consequences in life, but in India they are not so much popular. These are consumer psychology, the understanding of how consumerism works, how capitalism works, and how to enhance your sale, your profits by using consumers' ideas and then working on that to make more sales. It's part of consumer psychology. Educational psychology is more to do with academic policy making ideas. So what students shall study, what at what age, what to do with school system, curriculum, and what are the changes that we need to make in a policy on a state level, district level, central level. It is the job of an educational psychologist. And as the name suggests, military psychology and media psychology, they involve use of psychology in military tactics and techniques and in media to present a news in a way that people consume it more than the other media channels. So it's based on how to influence human thinking and processes. And the most fascinating of all the psychologies is forensic psychology. This is the kind of psychology that we have seen in movies and TV, usually in Hollywood shows. They are used to profile criminals and set standards to detect anomalies in human behavior. So, for example, there is a Hollywood show called Mindhunter, in which they used forensic psychology for the first time in the history of the world and in the history of psychology to detect and find anomalies in human behavior and find and catch serial killers in the 1970s US. So this is for psychology, this is very precise, very accurate, and very to the point psychology, where people are using those skills, help police or administration to catch. It has a great role in that sense with antisocial behavior and people who have antisocial behavior. This is one of the best colleges in India for psychology, and it's but main for, in this case it is for psychology. But this is a purely women's college. It's called Lady Shri Ram College for Women. It has produced one of the best scholars in the country, and there's a reason why these people have become a part of psychology sector in general, is because they are very thoroughly trained, and they have very strong communication skill, and being the best at what it does. It is highly competitive, and it requires a lot of efforts. The admission is on the merit basis, but the cutoff goes from 96 to 98, depending on the categories and reservations, all included. Yes, it's on a merit basis. And if you want to get admission into LSR, you will have to score more than 95 if you belong to any category, not just general, any category. It's a very high cutoff. No, LSR doesn't have exams, entrance exams. It only has merit. DU, I think in bachelor's, DU doesn't have exams anymore. It has only merit lists. It's based on a 12th standard exam. And other university that is providing bachelor's and master's courses in psychology is Christ University Bengaluru, which is used to known as Christ College before, but now it's Christ University. Detailed plan for taking this college, this university has a very detailed application form, and they have their own exams and interview. And on that basis, they will take admissions into their college for bachelor's and master's. And also because it is also been given potential for excellence. That is, it's a very emerging institute for studies. You can also look for it, and it is for both male and female. So there is no issue in that. You can apply for studying psychology in this university. You may get a better chance if you have some background in psychology, as in if you don't have studied psychology in class 12, take up some basic psychology books, read it, and you may be able to crack the exam if it involves exam based on psychology. And just like LSR and Christ, St. Xavier's College, Mumbai is one of the Mumbai's best colleges in general, and is also known for humanities studies. Humanities includes subjects like social sciences, psychology, philosophy, public administration. So this is also, the admission to this college is also based on merit. I'm not sure because of Corona and lockdowns, but what time and date has been placed for application forms. But yeah, this is one of the best central universities of the country. It's called Banaras Hindu University. If you want to study psychology and you haven't had a chance to score good marks in your 12th exam, this university has an entrance exam which you can crack to get admission to college. If you have slightly lesser marks due to some reasons in the 12th standard, entrance exams are the best options for you to study psychology, and this is a good university to study psychology in. It has exams, entrance exams. They are fairly easy to crack than getting admission into a college on the merit basis. So I would rather suggest that you study for entrance exams and not go for the merit ones, because it's going to be difficult for you to get into merit list because the cutoff is really, really, really high. I would suggest that people who want to study psychology always go for entrance exams, because that will provide you with a better option and better chances of getting into a college to study psychology. So its exam is known as BHU UET, undergraduate entrance tests for PET, postgraduate entrance tests for postgraduates. It offers psychology honors and MA psychology also. As I told you, not many colleges in India offer psychology. So the 5 I've told you before, and there are 5 more which offer psychology as a bachelor and a postgraduate course. So these colleges include Mitibai College of Arts, Mumbai, Ashoka University, Sonipat, Presidency College, Chennai, Sophia College for Women, and Ferguson College, Pune. These are also well-known colleges which provide academic backgrounds in subjects, and in our case, in the field of psychology. And I think this might be the end for the slides.